Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Friday, November the 10th, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Tarot of Dreams tarot cards. So we start off with the Eight of Cups and we're having this ascension. And we're going through this as the waning crescent, new moon energy is coming upon us. So it's like we have to be mindful of that. We got to see where our energy is. So when November 4th was around with Shane's birthday, he is born with Scorpio and Leo. So in a negative, it's very blamey, very toxic energy, and the fact that it's a waning crescent, new moon energy, So he was being very toxic that day, and I was just like, simply, like, if you are not here to add to our life, then you should not be here. So a situation arose, and, I talked about this yesterday where it's just like, we cannot only love people that love us, because what's the point in that? If we're only doing things because we are expected to have something in return. This is where you come into these forks in the road. What kind of person you're going to be? Are you allowing bitter seeds to grow in you? Just because, that's the thing. We expect because we love some people in our lives so much that we expect the same thing in return. It's not that at all. You will love a lot of people that will not love you the same way. Only people in my life that have loved me the same way I've loved them is my dad, Yahweh, and Yeshua. If you believe divine creator, Gaia, Mother Earth, myself, learning to love yourself is the hugest thing. What you bring to the table. It's not an ego trip. It's nothing like that. It's just like, you know what? You do so much. You deserve to have the energy matched. If they don't match that energy, then so be it. In a recent journey, it's just like, it's a lot of work. Like, you know what I mean? When you have a very full life and to add someone into the mix of that, you know what I mean? It feels like work. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a lot on top of everything. It's just like, oh my gosh, now I got this, another thing. You know what I mean? And it's just like, if you're not matching my energy, and if spirit sits there and says it's a no, it's a no. You know what I mean? But it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, if I give you my time, it's because I want you in my life. Because I care for you. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's a lot of you that resonates with. We have such full lives, and it's just like, if you don't see the value that I add in your life and you want to disrespect me, then there's the door. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially when you come to a certain age, like, it's just like, before I would just be like so upset if someone left my life. I was so upset. I was deeply hurt. And I'm just like, as I grow older, it's like people that you love will not match your energy. They do not love you the same. They do not see you the same. And that's okay. That's who they are. So when you sit there and you remove your energy, they notice it because they're energy vampires. They're leeches. You know what I mean? Because they thrive in your light because you give them that. And when you take away your light, they're just like, oh, why is it so quiet? Why am I so... I feel depressed. I feel low energy. Because they don't have someone to feed off of anymore. They don't know how to sit there and be their own light. Because they're takers. So don't allow people, like how you protect your home network with security passes and everything. That's how you have to protect your energy. You don't want people sitting there and piggybacking off of you. We're not gatekeepers, but at the same time, it's like, if you are doing things that chop me at my knees and you're trying to bring me to my knees, nope, not anymore. No way. We're in our bad B area. We have the Seven of Cups here. We're manifesting things. We're sitting there, they were showing the Seven of Pentacles. It's like we're manifesting things. We want things for our life, and it's like, this is very resonant with when he was physically here. He got all up in his insecurities and feelings because, a situation arose and he was just like, that's not fair. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, the difference is when I succeed, the family succeeds. When you succeed, that's your success. Nobody benefits from your success. It's all about you, and I said that flat out to him, so it's just like, when he's great, he's great. When he's in his ego, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like that situation yesterday, it's like, I know he taught me a lot of things and I will never take that away from him. All the things he taught me with computers and everything like that. I know when I do something technically smart, I'm like, that's you. That is you contributing to my life. That is you sitting there putting those seeds in there. That's the energy I need. I need someone adding to my life. You're supposed to be one of my guides. You're supposed to be one of my angels. You're supposed to be our protector. That's who you're supposed to be. When we succeed, you succeed. Your legacy carries on because we are sitting there bringing you with us on our journey. If you can't see that and you're all up in your ego, then you need to work on yourself. You know, you have all the time in the world now. You need to work on yourself. You need to get out of your ego. You know what I mean? This is where it's just like, it's fearful because this is someone I saw myself being with for the rest of my life. He was like my best friend. He was like everything. He was my person. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. When he is great, he's great. But when he's in his ego and insecurities, it's like, ugh. You know, brilliant mind. You know, and that's what I said yesterday. It's like, I sat there, I did this, and I went above and beyond what I was asked because, you know, I love this person. You know, there's another example. Loving, you know what I mean? It's just like, but that's the choice I made because I know that's what Yahweh and Yeshua and my dad would want me to be. That's how I've been raised. This is what you do. Even if you don't benefit from it, that's fine. One day, all the love you've given out into the world will find its way back to you. And if that's when I transform, that's fine. At least I can look back and say, when I could sit there and change myself for the better, I do. I'm not perfect beyond any means, but I always ask the universe, Yahweh, divine creator, Gaia, Mother Earth. In my case, I say Yahweh and Yeshua, to sit there and make me a better person every day. Be a better mom, be a better employee, be a better friend, be a better daughter, you know what I mean? Because I want to be someone that they are proud of. That they sat there and they're like, this was not a waste of energy. This was not a waste of time. This is why they were put on this earth, to be that light, you know? And a lot of times when we are that light, we sit there and get in this ego trip like, oh, I'm that light. So therefore, you know, I should be this or I should get this in return. No, we're not entitled to anything when we come here. You come here with nothing, you leave here with nothing. So it's just like, if you could sit there and be someone that adds to people's life, be that person. And if they don't return it, that's fine. It's fine. Keep moving forward. That's what you're here for. You keep pushing forward. All the miracles Jesus sat there and did he get anything in return? No. He would use people's empty rooms to sleep and have feasts, and he would sit there and share the word and feed the people that followed him and shared his abilities with his disciples, but he never asked for anything in return. Unconditional love. That is the biggest thing. That was the turning point for me with the Hebrew faith, is when I saw this prayer and they talked about the unconditional love that Yahweh and Yeshua have for you is the same unconditional love you have for your children. Even though you're mad at them, you want to rip their face off and you're disappointed, you still love the living crud out of them. They know, they could feel it. And I always tell my kids that if you know it's going to tick me off, then you know you shouldn't be doing it. But I love them. It's like at this moment, I'm not happy with you, but I still love the living crud out of you. And this, you're going to learn this lesson. And I will tell you why you shouldn't have done what you've done. Where you're wrong here. How you could correct yourself. How you could change to be a better person. I always tell them, sorries are just words. Your change in actions show that you really mean what you say. That's how you show you're sorry. Sorry is just a word. Your actions and what you put behind it is the biggest change. You know, I truly regret what I did. I truly regret my actions, my words. So I'm going to change those things to show the person that I am sorry. You may never forgive me, but you have taught me a harsh lesson because now you're not a part of my life because of my own actions. So I'm going to change so I don't lose someone like you again. That's the biggest way to show someone they're sorry. Even if they never forgive you, if they never be a part of your life again. I'm changing my actions because it was my actions that caused this situation. So this doesn't repeat itself. So in my case, it's a water sign. So especially because the back is turned against this, you know, we're talking, you know, this is where I feel like it's like leaving that behind. This negative devil energy. This is up in your ego. We're releasing this. The Three of Swords is releasing the hurt. So especially this, because it's like, this is someone, like I said, I've seen with the rest of my life, especially the fact when he comes in spirit. And I even said that, like today when the situation turned out great, they got the job. And first thing I did, thank Yahweh and Yeshua. That was because of them. Because they told me what to do. They put me into motion what to do. They showed me where to find things, what to do, how to write it out, and everything like that, you know? So it's because of them that it happened, you know? And I said to Shane, I said, this is why I love having you around. Because I know that is your forte. You sat there and showed me what to do. You know what I mean? Because that is his realm. That is his intellect. You know? That's what he taught me. This is what he showed me. This is what I love. That's how you're supposed to be in a partnership. You know? All of that was served on Saturday, salute. That's why we came apart. So that's what I just said that, you know. You're not going to be only that of comes of Yahweh and Yeshua are allowed in our home. You're not part of that, go. You know, I always say I respect all belief systems, even if you don't believe in nothing. That's fine. But, you're not going to come in here and bring toxicity into my home. That's the last thing you're going to do. Be the last visit you have. Or you'll be very limited. And that's the biggest thing in life, is a lot of us hang on to things because we're afraid of losing them. Because we are taught, oh, it's so bad to die alone. You died alone. You're not even conscious when that happens. You're going through the transition at that time. So it's just like, it's that, like I said, they're not adding to your life. You don't have to do nothing for me. Just be a positive force. What all of that garbage and hurtful words, toxic, that just took me right back to what I freaking hated. No. This is where the King of Cups comes in. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of positivity. You are worthy of the things that you put out into the universe to be returned back to you. You are worthy of respect. You respect others, others should respect you. They don't respect you and are sitting there trying to drain you because their ego is hurt, their insecurities are hurt. They don't want to see you thrive. You're not going to be part of it. This is why the Seven of Cups is here, right with the King of Cups. Even my father came through and was like, do not take that from him. This is why my father is so much stronger than him when he comes through. Because my father is here from a place of love. A place of protection. He is there every single Shabbat praying with us. Because he is a man of God. Shane, that's fine. He didn't believe in that. That's totally fine. He had an amazing heart. Still has an amazing heart. But when he's in his ego, no. And even my father said, do not take that from him. And I know that hurts my dad because he sees Shane as a son. So it's just like, be a part of us, be with us on this journey as we all succeed, or you're going to be left in the rear. We can all go through this together. We didn't ask for this life. We didn't ask for this journey. So we need to push forward. I know it's hurtful, and that's so crazy that they were like, there was a card that came up yesterday when I was posting last night before I went to bed, and they said sensitive, and for some reason I just felt like crying, because of course it's him, he's my person, you know what I mean, but it's just like, you need to work on that, you need to heal to be a part of our life, because I'm not going to allow that around my children either, our children, you should want the absolute, when I transition by the grace of Yahweh and Yeshua, if we haven't resurrected by then, it's just like, I want to be the biggest cheerleader, guiding them, nurturing them, whatever. It's just like, do this, do that, help, how he helps me, like yesterday, that's how it should be, so, if you feel someone's energy, if you're like myself, we all have this ability. If you feel someone's energy around you, and it's not so strong, that's why. Because they're in their ego. And they need to change that. Everyone else, they don't have none of that over on the other side. Huh? It was not just myself that felt this. I was reading for a really good girlfriend of mine. She's like a sister to me. And loved one came in the same way. And I told her what happened, and she's like, remember what happened with me? I'm like, yep. And I'm just like, I cannot believe that you have transitioned and you still have that with you. Like, how sad. You have, the world is your oyster. You know? It's like, you can use that energy for something else. Use it for something positive. Use it to help heal our children from what has been, the carnage that's left behind. You know? So, I just, my thing to you is just like, don't expect people to love you the way they look, but don't sit there and let that change you. You keep being that light. You know? People, places, things. Whatever this devil card and this 3 of swords, it's like you have to leave that devil energy behind, that bruised, hurt ego behind, whoever this is. This might even be in yourself. You got to leave that behind. Maybe this is where you're up in your feelings with the 3 of swords. But it needs to be left behind. It's either you come with us and carry on with this journey with us, or this is where we part. Because we don't need that. Where we're heading, this energy cannot exist. You know? You can either be by my side and do this together, or you'll just be a part of the story. Or you could be at the end with us and be the story. And be part of the story. You could be the person that tells the story. You could be the heroine in this story. So the choice is up to you. You know? But don't get caught up in the ego. Don't do things because, oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Because you know what? That's this bitterness. That's your that's the shadow side. That's that devil shadow side. You know, where they're showing here. Thrive in the shadow. Own the shadow. You are the light in the shadow. You know? Don't, you know, when there's a new moon, it just gives a chance for all the beautiful stars to illuminate in the sky. Gives them a chance to shine. Gives them that moment. So you know what I mean? So be that light in the darkness. It's still there. It's just our eyes are not equipped enough to see it. But you know, in a couple of days, it's back there in the sky again. And you can feel it, especially if you're like myself and you're affected by the moon. You've always had that relationship with the moon. So even though for some of us, especially me, because he's my person, it's just, you know, unfortunately, sometimes even those that we hold dear to us, we have to leave behind. And it's unfortunate. But until they can get their poop together, then they can be part of it again. You know? And that's the thing. Sorry is just words. Their actions have to show that before you allow them back in your life. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, November the 10th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. Have a safe and happy weekend. You know, I salute to all of those whose families and their loved ones have sacrificed for all the freedoms that we enjoy and abuse every single day. Thank you for your service. It is November 8th, so, you know, I'll salute to all of those indigenous heroes and families that sacrifice, that don't get enough praise and accolades for their sacrifice as well. To you as well. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card.